Hey YouTube, here's a pretty cool mower that I've been working on the past few weeks. This is a Toro Timemaster, or a Toro Timemaster 30, I guess, as some people call it. And this mower is sweet. I like it a lot. I found it in the garbage, if you can believe that or not. If you can believe that, found it in the garbage, and the guy was out there when I went to take it, and he was like, "Yeah, the motor's blown. I'm tired of putting money into it. My dad said it's not worth putting any more money into." So I was like, "Okay, for free, I'm not gonna not take it. I mean, brand new. This is a $1,600 mower." So I said, "Okay, well, let's get it home and see what I can do with it." And I I figured it wasn't blown because I didn't see any like holes. I mean, it could have thrown a rod or whatever, but it wasn't. It didn't have like no compression, so I figured it wasn't blown per se. There was a bunch of oil and crap all over the front of the belt cover here. So I was like, okay, what's causing that? And I went to pull it, and the recoil was messed up. It still worked, but it didn't retract all the way. So this is actually a brand new recoil, which was the most expensive thing I had to put into this mower. So I said, okay, I'm gonna pull out the spark plug because maybe it's valve clearance issues or something like that. So I took out the spark plug, and oil just poured out of the spark plug hole. Like gushed out of the spark plug hole. So I was like, oh, okay. It was just hydro locked. And, when I checked the dipstick when I first got it, it seemed like it was okay. But then I checked it again, and it did seem overfilled. So basically, what I did was I just left the spark plug out, and I took the intake cover off so that the breather was open, and I just pulled it over a bunch of times, and oil was coming out of the breather and the spark plug hole, and it was a mess. There was oil all over the place. um, and then finally, after it seemed like I had gotten all the oil out of it, I put everything back together, and it actually ran, and it ran decently well. It took some persuasion to get it started at first because of all that oil that had been in there. It still had to burn some of it up. Uh, but, I got it running, and then right after that, I changed the oil, and thus far, I have not noticed any leaks of any kind. You can see it looks like it's dry down there. So I haven't noticed any oil leaks of any kind. The oil level's not dropping. It's not spitting oil out of the muffler. So, and I've mowed with it 2 or 3 times, and it's been fine. So definitely not a blown motor. And then I was pleasantly surprised to find out that the blade clutch works and the self-propelled works. So I got myself for basically free a perfectly fine mower. There were a couple other things that I had to do. I had to adjust the self-propel cable because it was a little weak when you would go up an incline. It seems like it's improved. This personal pace is a bit of a learning curve, and I don't know if I'm all that crazy about it at this point, just because I kind of like having one consistent speed to pull me along rather than a variable speed. But other than that, just spark plug oil filter or air filter oil change. The belts are all in good shape as far as I can tell, so I didn't replace those. I wish the front tires weren't as bald as they are, but it is what it is. The rear ones are in good shape. I don't have the deck wash attachment. I wish I did, but that's okay. And I don't have the bag or the discharge chute either. But I like this mower a lot. That 30-inch cutting path really does make a difference on how long it takes to mow your lawn. And, pretty good mower. I'll start it up for you. Like I said, these do have a blade clutch. So, you see this handle here and you're like, oh, it's just like a regular mower. But you have to pull this blue handle and pull the handle down. And that's how it turns on your blades. It's a cool system, because to me it almost looks like the clutch is on top of this pulley, because there's one belt that goes from the engine to the top of the pulley over here, and then in between the two spindles, it almost looks like a timing belt. It's a ribbed, really thick, heavy-duty belt. You can tell that they designed this with commercial intentions. And you know, now there's the battery-powered Timemaster you can get. But yeah, let's start it up real quick with its brand new recoil. Hope there's gas in it. So you just push it forward to activate your self-propel. And this thing goes fast too if you push it down all the way. I mean, it's a brisk speed that you have to keep up with. And then to turn the blades on, it's just... and then a switch to turn it off. So, yeah. I also sharpened the blades and coated the underside of the deck with this graphite-based spray coating that I use on some of the stuff that I care more about. It's supposed to help the grass not stick to the underside. But I like this mower a lot. I think I really kind of don't want to get rid of it. But I think what I'm going to do is put it up for a price that they go for and see if I get the money for it. And if I do, then I'll sell it. And if I don't, then I'll hold on to it. And we'll just go from there. But that's about it for this. If I do keep it, I'll probably end up getting a bag for it and maybe the discharge chute, and maybe even Toro sells a striping kit for it. And I think it makes the grass look really nice. But we'll see if I end up holding on to it. That's about it for the Toro Timemaster.